You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole, and Nightwish Army. We are back to the making the album in this form's most beautiful. We are on episode 17, 18, and 19 for this video. Thank you so much, Nimue, for all the hard work you do for the Nightwish Army. Nightwish Army, we hope you guys have been enjoying the Nightwish New Year's, and we are about 16 days into this. No, 17 days now, and we hope you guys enjoy the rest of the month. Here we go. This is episode 17.
Now that the album is released and the tour is underway, it's good to rewind the documentary tapes a bit and go to a very chilly warehouse to follow the very first tour rehearsals.
Treeneistä jäi se fiilis, että biisit saatiin yllättävänkin hyvin kasaan. Että muutama lisäpäivä nyt ei välttämättä olisi ollut pahitteeksi. Oltaisiin saatu treenattua vielä vähän lisää biisejä, mutta meillä on New Yorkissa vielä 2 päivää ja sitten lukematon määrä soundcheckia. Keritään ottaa muutama lisäbiisi haltuun, mutta pääosin niistä jää erittäin hyvä fiilis.
This ancient unseen stream, a shudder before the beautiful.
Uudet biisit on uusia biisejä sillä lailla, että niissä on tiettyjä muistamisia ehkä vähän enemmän vielä, mutta toisaalta niitä on myöskin suuri mielenkiinto soi. Kaitsu siellä tietysti uutena miehenä ja rytmiryhmän olennainen osa. Ja sen mä huomasin, että kyllä Kaitsulla on sellainen vähän enemmän vanhan rockin lähestymistapa verrattuna Jukan soittoon. Jukalla on enemmän takapainosta, bassaria, raskasta sellaista. Nimenomaan heavy-tyylistä. Kaitsulla on sitten taas sellainen, että miten mä nyt sanoisin. Jos mun pitäisi vetää tässä semmoinen nopea ero jostain legendan kautta, niin sanotaan silleen, että Kaitsulla on enemmän Ian Pace kuin Jukalla oli enemmän John Bonham.
Miten treenasit settilistan vanhat biisit?
Mä vedin ihan tein arrit itselleni paperille, eli kirjoitin biisit ihan suurin piirtein nuotin, niin kaikki
Nice.
lapuille. Eli blokkasin Jukan jutut sinne. Ja itse asiassa täytyy sanoa, että mulla meni Storytimen keskiosassa on semmoinen helvetinmoinen hässäkkä, mitä ei tavallaan moni edes tajua, kun kuuntelee levyä, että mitä siellä tapahtuu, mutta siellä on 16 tahtia, ensin mennään semmoista tiettyä patternia, sitten tulee 8 tahtia toista patternia ja sitten tulee vielä 2 kertaa 8 ja 1 kertaa 7 tahtia. Eli periaatteessa siellä on semmoinen ihan järjetön hässäkkä, missä mulle meni 2,5 tuntia laittaa se paperille, koska sitä ei levyltä ei tavallaan saanut sitä kuvaa, mutta mä katsoin sitä Showtime Storytime DVDtä, niin sieltä blokkasin sen nuotti kerralla. Se on niin hieno juttu, että se on pakko soittaa niin kuin oikeasti menee. Nämä on mun mielestä tärkeitä juttuja, että myöskin fanit, kun ne kuulee ne vanhat biisit, niin ne pitää mun mielestä mennä niin kuin ne menee.
Oh my God.
Talking about the old songs, one of the key things for a successful live show is to build an epic set list.
No esimerkiksi joku Sleeping Sun oli täysin Florin toive. Et se on yksi hänen lempparibiiseistään meiltä, että voitaisiko millään kokeilla. Ja se sopii hänen äänelleen hyvin, sitä on kiva vetää monen vuoden tauon jälkeen. Stargazers on toinen semmonen, mitä me on itse halunnut pitkään soittaa. Musta siinä on hauska fiilis. Lähinnä nyt silleen, että biisejä, mitä on mukava soittaa, mitkä ei tunnu pakkopullalta, mitkä sopii Florin äänelle. Florin äänelle.
Like all of them?
Fleur. Sille, että Ois niitä mukava varmaan niitä vanhoja kaivella vähän enemmänkin, mutta tässä vaiheessa mennään näillä mitä on.
And in general, if I could go on tour tomorrow, I would be very happy to. I'm feeling super ready. We've been sitting on this release, for a while now. It's ready, it's there, and I can't wait to share it with the rest of the world.
Yleisesti ottaen treenistä jäi hyvä maku. On siellä hiontaa. Ja sehän oli jotain kiinalaista sodankäyttötaitoa vai mitä se nyt olikaan se, että niin mikään suunnitelma ei kestä kosketusta viholliseen. Eli toisin sanoen lopulliset jutut kuitenkin aukeaa vasta siinä vaiheessa, kun me ollaan tehty muutama show.
Yes.
Treenaus opettaa treenaamaan, keikkailu opettaa keikkailemaan.
Wise words from the old man. We'll see soon. Until then, enjoy the shows, the music, and life itself.
Thank you. Good message. So that was awesome, and what I like about what Marco said at the very end there is you learn how to be live by performing live, and it's such a difference because before we did this channel, we were actually more streamers on Twitch, and that's just such a different style than what making reaction videos are, and so it takes different skills to do different things. As you guys, if you were there for when Flora was doing her special Floor World video that she had out where everyone got to see her live, she was even having a bit of difficulties doing that a couple times, but then you see she's so ready to give out the single that she just made with this band, and she's so ready and on point. So like there's just so many different things for performing that makes it difficult for performers that are already on stage kicking ass, but then maybe a bit more intimate on the screen thing when no one's around you is a bit more hard. And they've even done shows where there's no one's actually there, it's just all green screen behind them, and then they have to perform and still bring it out of them.
And like what what Marco was saying about when you learn to rehearse when you're rehearsing.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
When being with us being live streamers in the past, when we first started this channel, we started it as if it was live, and going live is so difficult too, because you have to make sure everything is just right, hit live, and then something can be completely wrong. And like the amount of times that my desktop audio hasn't been picking up or my microphone hasn't been plugged in. At the very beginning of this, my headphones were plugged in, but they weren't fully plugged in. So I was only getting audio out of one side of my headphones.
Right, so there you
That's
go.
why I was just kind of like, wait, what's happening? And I'm like, oh.
And even how we're doing this reaction, normally we would pause it between each episode and then give you our rebuttal, but we're actually trying to be a bit more on the fly for these ones to keep us a bit more on our toes, because it actually does help sometimes instead of having that bit of a rest, because sometimes that rest, then sometimes you lose some of those things right away, even when you're transitioning to the next screen just to have the next part of the video up.
Exactly.
But when things are happening so quick, sometimes you need to be reacting quick, and that's why live, which is a live thing, and a new song, like they're also saying it's fun playing new songs compared to songs you're a bit more robotic, because you have to be a bit more active.
Play the ones you're going to have fun with, because when you're going and having and performing a concert, you're there to have fun with your fans.
Totally.
Like Laura went live to go have fun with her fans.
Yeah.
You know, like they're releasing these albums, and it's because this is what they enjoy. And something I want to bring up on a side of this was when Kai was saying about learning all of Yuka's songs.
Yeah. Bring that up for sure.
He had mentioned the different the time signatures. And that was boggling my mind. And when they replayed that section of it from the live Storytime, I was able to pick it up, but I didn't necessarily pick it up
on the first
right
time
away the first time I heard it. And so when he was explaining it, then saying he only had one rhythm that carried for 7 beats, I'm like, wait, it's not 8 or a 16 or a 4, it's 7? Why? And he's saying that it boggles your mind, because it does.
It does.
But that also shows Tuomas's, how he's writing and what he's doing in the background when he's thinking of those rhythms. Right? So going forward, now that I've heard this with and why we're doing these reactions, now I'm going to be paying more attention to the bass line, like the percussion line, to see what kind of things are thrown in there, and what little I guess Easter eggs or cookies are in the song that I just have completely missed. So
I think that's why Storytime shook me so much when I first saw it, because Yuka for me was so unique because of that middle section, and then when she comes in, it just was so different and just so insane. It was like this band.
Yeah.
I need more of it. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go on to episode number 18, folks. The tour starts.
When an album is released, eventually touring lies ahead. This time the tour started in New York City, where the band went a couple of days earlier for final rehearsals.
Starting in New York.
Morjesta ihmiset. Olemme New Yorkissa. Meillä on tossa treenisettiä pystyssä. Mä oon vähän jetlaageissa vieläkin. Mut kyllä tää tässä. Eilen oltiin tossa jo soittamassa ja meni niinku yllättävän hyvin. Eli toisin sanoen torstaina, kun eka keikka, niin todennäköisesti munitaan sitten raskaasti. Sitähän kaikki odottaa.
Ja odotuksia sulla on 6 viikon rykistys eessä, niin millä fiiliksi?
Hyvällä. Pitkä tauko ja vähän kaivannut tätä rumuamista taas. Katellaan. Eteenpäin vittuja taas menee ja pitää sählää. No ei vainiskaan. Hyvä, että toki leffa.
Yes, it was.
It's very exciting, and I'm nervous too. I don't want to be, but it's a good one because it puts you on the top of your game, and I think we need that to nail it. But the rehearsals yesterday, if we have that vibe, I'm not too worried.
What about personal highlights of the show?
So it actually is the connection of 3 songs on a row. We're going to be doing Stargazers, which I think is great to make a step back into really early Nightwish. We're going to play Sleeping Sun, which is one of my favorite songs. And then comes 2 chapters of The Greatest Show on Earth. That's going to be a highlight for me.
Keikan päättävä Last Ride of the Day on aina semmoinen, joka aiheuttaa vähän tutinoita, mutta ehkä noista uusista biisistä toi The Greatest Show on Earth, siinä vaiheessa kun huudetaan We Were Here. Silmät kiinni ja kun menoksi.
Jeez.
That's all for now. We'll see you soon with more Endless Form's most beautiful video clips.
They're just so amazing, and what I love what Floor said is how performing with a bit of pressure is sometimes what brings out the best in you, and when you get nervous, that's sometimes when your best juices comes out, like we were referring to performing live opposed to when you have the ability to stop and think about what you're going to say and then reply, just like texting opposed to talking to someone in real life. It's a little better when you're on your feet. And I know for me, I even can get editing done more if I set a deadline opposed to just I can get it done whenever. I just work quicker, I'm more on point, and the best comes out of me when you put a little bit of that pressure on. So I love how she's just saying, I don't want to be nervous. I am, but like, that just means I'm just going to kick ass then.
Yeah, 100%. Something that I find really cool about what Tuomas was saying.
Yeah.
How they chose The Last Ride and
Greatest Show on Earth for the last 2 songs is those are songs that Tuomas himself, as he's saying, when the lyric goes, we are here, he's just able to sit back and literally enjoy the ride until with the
end.
Fans itself.
With the fans.
Yeah.
Just keep going with everything and just let loose in those moments. And that's such a cool experience because the fans are also, that's when they're letting loose. Every time we've seen The Greatest Show on Earth.
That's when the whole shebang's just going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so with Tuomas being the one who's putting everything together.
Yeah, in the set list.
In the set list.
Yeah.
He's also choosing Floor's favorite songs, his favorite songs. I'm sure Empu's and Marco's and
Get some say
Yuka's
a
and
bit,
now Kai's like
Yeah.
songs that they enjoy playing, because you need to enjoy what, like, when you're going on these tours, because they're for like a year,
absolutely,
right? You're going for so long, that they're all enjoying it and not going to get tired of them, or like.
That's some of our battles sometimes, y'all, is we have a set list for what we're going to react to, but then there's always that want to just put on what you want to hear instead of something different. And that's part of what, even when they're performing live, they're like, not what we should put on, what we want to play.
What we want to play.
And then that's like, that is because you still have to enjoy going out there, right? To get the creative juices flowing and stuff. So it's a hard balance to find, and that's why making a set list is difficult. Even making a reaction set list of all these potential reactions we can pick, it's so hard to pick.
It's like, okay, so where are we going to react to this one? Where,
So then you can get overwhelmed, and then you go to your comfort zone when you get overwhelmed, and maybe you want to just pick this because it's a favorite. But that's the whole point of this reactions, to get us out of this comfort zone and to see things that we haven't heard and to experience all this new stuff. So thank you guys for enjoying this ride with us. We are going to be going to episode 19 now. Here we go. Ah! The second single.
From so simple a beginning, endless forms most beautiful and most wonderful have been and are being evolved.
Kakkossinkuksi on valittu Endless Forms Most Beautiful, eli levyn nimikkobiisi. Se nyt tuntuu vaan hyvältä ja anna siinä aikamoinen korvamaton Eurovisu-kertsi.
After the first single, it was time for another one. So how did Endless Forms Most Beautiful end up being the second single?
Is that rhythm?
No ensin täytyy pohjustaa silleen, että tuolla albumilla olisi niin kuin sellaisia biisejä, missä olisi tarttuvuuspintaa paljonkin, niin kuin monta muutakin. Mutta tuossa nyt kontrastina on se, että Elan oli niin kuin enemmän pehmopäätä. Endless Formsissa on jo erittäin täräkkäkin niin kuin perusriffi ja muuta tuollaista, niin siinä on vähän enemmän heavy-metallia. Ja sitten toinen juttu on se, että onhan se silleen rakenteeltaan kans, kuinka ollakaan simppelimmästä päästä siellä albumilla. Eli siinä mielessä siitä on vähän easimpi lähteä rakentaa sinkku kautta videojulkaisua. Ja sit se onhan siinä niinku tappavan tarttuva se kertosää.
Yep, that chorus is a catchy one. Plus, there's one more reason to have this song as a second single.
How many singles do you get in the world that are inspired by the final declaration from Charles Darwin's On the Origin of Species? Not many singles have that subject matter.
That's it for this time. We'll see you again soon.
Oh, so good. All right, y'all. That was episode 19.
So that was episode 19. We have a few more left. We still
got like almost an hour to go still.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is a long documentary, but I'm also super excited about it because we're learning so much about Nightwish and how they work together and about every individual musician within the band.
And every step it takes to put out a product like this and multi-layered the everything you have to do to market it, just to get it out to people correctly, what single to pick.
Yeah, like, so with their second single, because their first one was Alanna, and I liked what they had said, that they had more of a softer for their first single.
Yeah.
And then they wanted something heavier for their second single to showcase themselves and this album specifically.
Yeah, exactly.
And what I thought was really cool about the second single is no wonder they picked it, one, because trying to get into this and be like, what do I talk about first?
Yeah.
I couldn't get past the chorus. It was just stuck in my head.
I still hear it.
Yeah, it's still there. And then to hear them talk about how it's so unique because it's the final verse in what Charles Darwin is saying.
In the Origin of Species book, yeah.
Exactly.
That's the last line.
That's the last line in the Origin of Species.
Yeah.
So it's there really isn't anything or not much like that.
No, and The Greatest Show on Earth has that in it too, right?
It does.
So like that's 2 songs.
Right? And so it's such a powerful piece. It's very catchy.
Yeah.
It has like it just gets in there, and no wonder it's a single because it's one that everyone's gonna love. Everyone's gonna digest it.
This album's kick-ass.
It is a kick-ass album. And something else from earlier that I wanted to mention is I loved how to combat the stress of going on tour and like traveling the world, because at the same time, everyone here is also leaving their families. Floor's leaving her husband and her daughter.
All the comforts that they have, right?
Right? All of the comforts.
Yeah, the nature even.
And going into these different places, that one of the ways they're combating it is they're joking about messing it up.
Yeah.
Right? And, well, what else can we mess up on this one?
Rehearsals are going great. That means the show's going to suck.
Yeah. So, like, those are the types of jokes that even when I was in band, again, this was high school.
Yeah.
We made all those jokes. Like,
break a leg.
That's
where it comes from?
Exactly.
Oh, okay, sure.
Because if you don't ever want to wish someone good luck, because then they're going to get in their head. You tell them to break a leg.
You're like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I can do that. That's easy. I'll just fall off the stage. No big deal.
As long as I don't do that, I'm succeeding now.
Exactly. So, like, I thought that was a really cool little viewpoint of seeing them all together.
Just
and, like,
the nerves.
Just the nerves, but, like, joking. It's like they're still professionals.
Yeah.
But they're still
have
human.
Emotions.
They have emotions.
That's what makes them professional, is how do you handle that emotion and still be able to perform with your creative juices that hopefully haven't been sapped by whatever life has brought you. And they're just, that's why they're there. That's why you pay money to see these performers, because they're doing it just like you're seeing it. And even when they're rehearsing, that just just sounds so amazing. It's like night and day. If you don't know what music is, just listen to that. You're like, that's music. They're good.
Yeah. To play off that, my band teacher, she always told us that practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. Mm-hmm. So we always had to practice as if we were on stage.
Of course.
No mistakes. If a mistake happened, you didn't play through it. You stopped and restarted. Because if we played through it, then people would start to play as if it was okay to have that.
100%.
But she did say that if you are going to make a mistake, own it and keep going in the performance.
Well, once you're live, you have
you're live.
Keep going, right?
Right? And she's like, if you're going to play it wrong and strong.
Yeah.
Right? And that was like just such a big thing for me that they're embodying there, is they're like their practice, the rehearsal is perfect.
Yeah.
And they're still trying to find ways to make it even better. And they're still trying to find, like what Marco said, there's still some tuning.
Yeah.
But you know, as a professional, it's never going to be.
Yeah.
There's always going to be something that's going to change in the game plan, and being able to play off that, being able to go with it.
There's not a war plan that won't cause enemies to come and fight you, like the Chinese proverb said. So like that means, like he's saying, you're going to fail a couple times live. We do too, and that's why we were actually trying this live. And if you notice, there was a little bit of cuts in this video after we were trying live, so you can see even us trying to be live and then learning on the go. And that's why I love Floor so much, because I haven't seen people's behind the scenes as much as we have with Floor, but I've seen Floor so much now where you've seen some of her live fails that aren't really fails, they're just what happens in life.
It's just a hiccup in the system.
But how she moves forward, and then the love and support she has, and like Hanez, just what an awesome man to have by your side, Floor, and to add to this just amazing album that they are making, just Endless Form's Most Beautiful. It's definitely an album that I am excited to go from start to finish. I'm really curious to see like the set list, just how he set up the album from start to finish, and where like Greatest Show on Earth is, because I think it's at the end, but maybe it's not. You never know, right? But if you guys are enjoying this time with us, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you have subscribed already, we thank you guys so much. If you want to chat with us outside of YouTube, we have our own Discord, and we have an awesome community now there too. And if you hit the notification bell on YouTube, you'll be able to hit those premieres with us. We are exiting out of the rabbit hole now, folks.
Thanks so much, everyone. Peace and love.
God bless y'all, and we hope you've been having a good time on Nightwish New Year's.
Take care. Bye now.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
Special shout out to all of our patrons and YouTube members. We appreciate all of your support.